my feet into a wide position, horse position. Hold them above my head like that. So I breathe in, out. Again. In, I relax. And now out, I use power. In, I relax. Out with power. I put power in my whole body. My legs, my chest, my arms, my feet. And then I relax when I breathe in. Power on the exhale. Relax on the inhale. Keep on working at your own speed. Closing your eyes if you want. Last breath with tension. Two things. The first is I keep my fingers like that, spread. I'm not going to relax them. I'm not going to make a fist. When I put tension and when I relax, I keep my fingers spread. Okay? So the whole time I'm working, I keep my fingers like that. The second is the amount of tension that I use should be my maximum without running out of air. So if I'm going, it's too much power. So I try to find that balance where I'm doing power, but also that I can maintain that. Okay, so we're going to do the next round. The next one is height of my chest, my solar plexus. I start in front. I'm going to breathe in, relax. Breathe out, power. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, power. Keep on working. Try to follow your natural rhythm. time I shake my hands, my legs. We're going to do one more movement. This one will be from the hips straight out and back like that. I'm going to keep the same leg position, the same breathing pattern, the same sequence of exhale with power, inhale, relax. We do 8 more breaths. So I'm going to breathe in, relax. Breathe out, power. Breathe in, relax. Breathe in, relax. Out with power. Continue with your own speed. Last breath. And relax. Again, I shake my hands and feet like I'm shaking water off. And then I'm going to take my hand loose, like that, not hard. So it's loose. And I'm going to hit my body gently. Not with this stiff hand. And my legs. Right. We're going to stand straight. Put our hands on our waist. We're going to work over the movements. In this class, when we do the movements, we go slow and not extreme and gentle. So we start together. Forward, center, back, 1, forward, center, back, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, side to side, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, and diagonal, forward left, center, back right, center, forward right, center, back left, and repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Rotate your head. 1 full circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. 1, 2, 3, and forward. Good natural step to the front. I step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I make my movement soft outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulder height. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Waist height. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open your legs. Try to keep on moving without going far, keeping the movements gentle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reaching to the front. Middle, through the legs, and up. That's 1. Front, middle, back, and up. I'm not going my full distance, always a comfortable range. Front, middle, back, up, and front, middle, back, and I reach for my opposite leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Run. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open one leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Natural step. I'm going to reach towards my ankle. 1, 2, 3. Again, I go soft, not my maximum. 2, 3, 4. Slow movements and gentle movements. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chin sides. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I come back to the front. I'm going to go down to my knee. I open my legs a little bit, not too far. Rotating my hip. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposite way, forward first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. I sit back. I'm going to open my legs, but not too far. It's not a big stretch now. It's just a gentle movement. Side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reaching forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I bring my right leg in, heel towards my groin, reaching for my straight leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch legs. Continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slowly I bring my feet to the front. And then I'm going to reach forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to bring my feet together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. I'm going to cross my legs. I'm going to sit in a comfortable way. If I need a pillow or some cushion to put underneath my butt, but not my feet, it will help my lower back be in a more comfortable line. So if I don't sit often in this position, my back might get quite tired. If that happens to me, the best choice is get 1 or 2 pillows or a couch cushion and sit on the edge of it. So your feet are on the ground and your butt's on the cushion. That will help with the alignment of your spine. So we're going to do 5-minute meditation. The meditation we're going to practice is simple. We're just going to imagine our breath coming in and out of our body. And at the same time, we're going to imagine everything is white. So everything we see with our mind's eye is white. It can be a white empty void that's white. It can be a room where everything is white. It can be any different thing that's white, clouds, mist. It's not important what I imagine. I just put the color white. So I close my eyes when I'm ready, adjust myself to be in a comfortable position, and then I start breathing in and out, trying to relax, trying to picture white, and trying to use my breath and my imagination to keep my mind mostly in peace. Right, slowly moving around. I'm just making a little adjustment, 1 second, so you can see at a better angle. All right, I'm gonna back up a little bit, but the idea is to be able to see my feet, so we're gonna work on the foot massage next. So a couple things about the foot massage before we start. That is simple. Move the top like this. Okay, I'll back up. All right, so uh, the foot massage is one of the ways that we work with harmonization of the body and also the search for disharmonies. So the general foot massage that we're going to practice today is all the basic simple techniques, and those techniques, well, not all of them, some of the basic simple techniques. And as we practice those techniques, we're going to look and search for any different thing that we recognize on our foot. So what does that mean? We're looking for any pain, any numbness, any spots on our foot that are particularly wet or dry. We're looking for the sensation of our finger sticking or coming off easily or feeling like glass. We're looking for those different sensations, trying to figure out which points on our foot are yin points and which points on our foot are yang points. And in the future, we'll use that information to work over the next step on foot massage. But for today, we just work on the basic idea. I'm searching my foot for things as I work. The first technique we're going to practice are going to be warm-up techniques to activate the foot. So the first 3 techniques we're going to do, we always do them. We always do them in the same order, and we always do them in the order we're going to do today. We're looking for the same sensation. The sensation we're looking for is the feeling of my foot being a little sweaty, a little bit of sweat or perspiration, and inside my foot I will feel the energetic aliveness of the foot. So I like to say that it feels like an open sensation, feels a little sensitive, but not in a way that if I push it, it's painful, but like a heightened sensation. Some people say it feels like electricity. Some people say it feels alive. Everybody has a little different word, but that sensation that we will try to discover today, if you don't know it already, is called activation. We call activation. So we're going to need to sit for quite some time. So I'm going to use that position as I sit, which is I cross the first position we're going to use is that one. So I'm going to start on my ankle. The technique on the ankle is like that. I'm going to grab my ankle, and I'm going to turn back and forth, trying to move this skin away from the muscle and bone. So I grab like that, and I turn and release. I'm not necessarily rubbing my skin, although that might happen. What I'm doing is moving the skin and the muscle and the bone underneath. So I go back and forth, trying to pay attention to the sensation in my foot. And then I'm going to switch my feet, opposite side. I'm trying to work with the ankle. If I don't know where that is, I bend my foot and I see the lines that are made, the creases. Those creases are called articulation lines, and they show us where the joint is. All right, I'm going to switch back to my first foot, but I'm going to use that position where my foot's a little off the ground over the top of my thigh. I'm going to grab my metatarsal, the ball of my foot, and not with power, I do 8 rotations. And opposite direction. And then I'm going to pull my toes and the other way towards my shin. Away and towards. I'm going to do 4 times. And then I'm going to take my foot and I'm going to turn the palm of my foot, the sole of my foot towards the ceiling, and then turn towards the floor. And I work back and forth, ceiling and floor, 4 times. And then I switch my feet and I repeat on the other side. I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to talk while I do it, so try to concentrate on the sensation instead of concentrating on me. And then stretching the toes. Up and down. And then I'm going to switch back to my first foot. I'm just going to grab my foot like that and rub all over. I rub. As I rub, I twist my foot. I push and pull on different parts of my foot, on my toes. As I do that, I'm not working on anything specific. So I'm not using, for example, my fingers to rub around my foot. I'm using my thumbs if I want, but mostly the heel of my hand, my whole hand, and the pressure of my hand. I rub with a little force and squeeze and turn and pull the bones apart and back together, and I keep on working until I feel on my hands a little bit of perspiration on my foot, just a little bit, not like sweat, it's not wet, just the beginning of a sweat, the beginning of perspiration. So I feel now already, but I'm going to spend another 30 seconds, so you, if you don't feel it yet, will have the opportunity to get the sensation. Try to pay attention to, once you feel that sensation on your foot, also the sensation inside your foot, especially when you stop rubbing. That sensation we call activation, and it's something we need to start paying attention to, how it feels. All right, I'm going to switch. And the other is the same. I work in the same way, doing the different movement that I like, enjoy, that I like to practice. Good. And I switch. Now the rest of the techniques we're going to work on don't have an order. The first one, I'm going to take my foot, squish my toes into a ball, and there will be a dimple in my foot. I'm going to take the pad of my thumb, not the tip of my thumb, the pad, not the tip. I'm going to place it on my foot in that dimple, and I'm going to push. Not hard, but firm. I'm going to count to 30. Now I'm going to look for a spot on the back of my heel where the color and texture changes, where the tip of my heel comes together. I put my thumb there, and I push. Again, I'm counting to 30. Good, relax. I'm going to grab my heel like a doorknob and rotate back and forth. Then I switch my feet. The same on the other side. First I curl my toes, and then I find the dimple. I push gently on that spot. I'm going to count to 30. Then I'm going to switch to my heel, trying to find the line between the bottom and top of the bottom and back of my skin, and I press there. And relax. I grab and turn my heel back and forth. All right. I'm going to switch back to the beginning. We're going to do only one more technique. That way I can explain a little theory. So I'm going to divide my foot in half down the middle. I'm going to use both hands like that. And again, I'm using the pads of my hands like that, not the tip of my hands like that. The pads of my hand, not the tip. I'm going to put my hand like that, and I'm going to press each point on the first line of my foot, one at a time. I'm not moving my fingers very much, so I might push 20 or so times on that first line. I come back, and I do the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm covering a lot, very little area each time I move my finger. I'm going to work from the top to the bottom of my foot, considering that there's 3 parts of my foot that have different sensitivities. The ball of my foot here, which is a medium sensitivity. The middle of my foot here, which is a light sensitivity, so I need to push softer. And the heel, which is less sensitive. So I need to push harder. So after I find a nice pressure, I'm going to go a little lighter and then a little harder based on what I find on the middle. I should push hard enough that I feel an effect, so I know if it's numb or if it's painful. If I push and it hurts a lot in that point, then one next one doesn't hurt, I have a good pressure. If I'm pushing and every time it hurts, I don't have good pressure. If I'm pushing and every time I barely feel anything, I don't have good pressure. So I'm trying to find the middle pressure. So I started on one foot. I'm not going to talk anymore, but I tried to recognize the points that are sensitive or numb or tacky or glassy or cold or hot or dry or wet as I go. If you finish the first foot and other people are still working, I move on to my other foot. If I finish my second foot and people are still working, I just close my eyes and work on my breathing. All right. All right. Thank you very much.